Hello students, today's video is on the topic that is oxidation and reduction. Now first subheading here is oxidation. It means addition of oxygen to any substance is termed as oxidation. Now if we have magnesium and we add oxygen to it, it gives magnesium oxide. Now we can see in this reaction that magnesium has been oxidized to magnesium oxide by adding a molecule of oxygen to it. Since the addition of oxygen has occurred here, this process is termed to be as oxidation, whereas on the opposite side, reduction means loss of oxygen. So if any substance loses an oxygen molecule, it means the process of reduction has occurred. Suppose copper oxide on heating gives copper plus oxygen. Here we can see that the copper oxide has been converted to copper by losing oxygen molecule. Therefore, it is a process of reduction. Now the next definition for oxidation is removal of hydrogen. So if any substance removes hydrogen from it, it is also termed as oxidation. Now for example, we have ammonia and it gives nitrogen and hydrogen gas. Since ammonia has been converted to nitrogen by losing hydrogen, we can say that this process is also called oxidation. Whereas reduction, second definition, can also be termed as addition of hydrogen. Carbon and two molecules of hydrogen, then it will give methane. So we can see that the carbon has been converted to methane by adding hydrogen to it. So this process is termed as reduction. Loss of electrons is also termed as oxidation. So if any substance removes electron from it, this process is also termed as oxidation. For example, we have sodium atom, and if it loses one electron, it gets converted into sodium ion. So this shows that a loss of electron has occurred in this process. So this process is also termed as oxidation. Whereas on the opposite side, in the column of reduction, gain of electrons is also termed as reduction. So if any substance gain electron, we can say that the reduction process has occurred. For example, we have chlorine atom, and if it gains one electron, it gets converted into chlorine ion, that is anion. Since chlorine atom has converted into ion by gaining one electron, we can term it as reduction. Now the last definition for the oxidation is, if we see that the oxidation number increases in a chemical reaction, then also it is termed as oxidation. For example, we have magnesium and oxygen, and it gives magnesium oxide. Now the oxidation number for magnesium is 0, and for oxygen molecule is also 0, and in magnesium oxide we have the oxidation number that is +2, and for oxygen we have -2, and we can see that the oxidation number has been increased from 0 to +2 in case of magnesium. Since the oxidation number is increasing, we can say that the oxidation has occurred in the case of magnesium. Now, if the oxidation number decreases, it is termed as reduction. For example, we have water molecule and it gets converted into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Here we see that the oxidation number of hydrogen in water molecule is +1, whereas for oxygen atom in water molecule it is -2, and the oxidation state of hydrogen is 0, and for oxygen molecule or the oxidation number is 0. So here we see that the oxidation number of hydrogen is decreasing from +1 to 0, and since there is decrease in the oxidation in the hydrogen atom, we can say that reduction has occurred in this case. Now, the next thing which is really important is that oxidation and reduction they both occur simultaneously. For example, if you want to take a book, there must be someone who has been lending a book to you. So if a book is considered as oxygen, some substance in the chemical reaction must be giving oxygen, and someone is taking oxygen. Similarly, there may be substances which may be giving hydrogen, and the other substance must be taking hydrogen. We can also say for the electron also, if some substance in the chemical reaction is giving electron, so there must be any other substance which must be taking electron. This means that the oxidation and reduction, they both occur in a chemical reaction, okay, and they are complementary to each other. In the last process, you can see that I have written for magnesium that the oxidation number is going from 0 to +2, okay, and if you observe one thing, that the oxygen molecule in this case its oxidation number is decreasing, okay, so here the process of reduction has take place. Similarly, if you observe in the water molecule also, for the oxygen atom we see that its oxidation state is increasing, that is from -2 to 0. So oxidation is occurring in this place. So we observe that in a chemical reaction both oxidation and reduction occurs simultaneously. When the oxidation and reduction both occurs, we term it as redox reaction. Now the word red comes from the reduction, whereas the word ox is for oxidation. So a chemical reaction in which reduction as well as oxidation both occurs, we term it as redox reaction. You can simply write an example for it, like I have already told you. For the water molecule, it liberates hydrogen and oxygen gas. So we observe that the oxidation state is decreasing for the hydrogen, which is a process of reduction, whereas in case of oxygen atom, the oxidation state is increasing. So this is oxidation reaction. Now one thing I need to tell you is that I haven't balanced any chemical reaction. I only explain the concept of oxidation and reduction. Thanks for watching.